Sometimes when you're new to a role, you can get so excited, you throw yourself into everything, sign up to everything, and before you know it, you've realised that you've taken on too much and you're burnt out and you feel really icky about having to say no to things. So this video is to give you some general information about volunteering to help you get off to the best possible start and to help you ask the right questions of your volunteer coordinator. So I'm Chloe, I'm from Teambridge CVS based in South Devon, and I work with volunteer coordinators across my area, and this is something they've asked for that they can send straight out to you as new volunteers when you express an interest, so that you can get started and thinking about volunteering straight away, even if they're really busy and can't see you and get you inducted immediately. So I really hope that you're going to find this helpful. So back in 2020, in the COVID pandemic, there was a huge surge of volunteers because people were furloughed from work and wanted to do their bit to support the community. And then unfortunately, after COVID, the cost of living crisis hit and we had fewer people volunteering than ever. So 350 people from the voluntary sector across the country came together to understand exactly what was going on, what wasn't working, but also what was working. And out of that, they created the vision for volunteering. And that's what we use for this video and for our Stars of Teambridge Awards and other things that we do to make sure that we are providing a positive and sustainable volunteering experience. And that means it works for you as a volunteer, for the organisations that you're volunteering for, and of course for the communities and the beneficiaries of that support. So we're going to be going through the themes one by one and talking a little bit about what you can expect and help you think about what questions you might like to ask. So the first theme of the vision for volunteering is awareness and appreciation. And of course, as a volunteer, you are not financially rewarded, you're not paid for your time. So the way that you are paid is the feeling of fulfilment and knowing that you're making a difference and feeling appreciated by your organisation. And when you feel appreciated, you're going to get out there and tell your friends and other people in the community how much you enjoy volunteering, and that is going to help them to recruit new volunteers. So it raises awareness of volunteering and of the cause and the work that you're doing. So we really want to make sure that you feel appreciated in your role. And so I really recommend regularly checking in with yourself, maybe once a month. Do I feel appreciated in what I'm doing? So that might be from the clients that you're supporting, from the organisation, or from the wider community. For example, if you were part of the Stars of Teambridge Awards, or if you were featured on a social media post or in the local paper. So this is about reflecting on what support you want from your organisation to help you feel appreciated, and recognising that asking for that if you don't feel you're getting it is really useful to your organisation, because they want you to feel appreciated, because they want to keep you and they want you to go and tell your friends about it. So if you don't feel appreciated, they need to know about it so that they can change that. So the second theme in the vision for volunteering is power. And as a volunteer, your role might be about empowering others to get out of their comfort zone, to try new things. So that might be you taking them along to a new group for the first time, or welcoming them when they arrive at a group that you volunteer at. Volunteering should also be empowering for you. So it's an opportunity for you to build your confidence or try new things. And part of empowerment as well is about knowing that your feedback and ideas are heard by your organisation. Because as a volunteer, you are on the ground hearing what is really going on for the people that you support and for yourself and other volunteers. So feeling empowered means you being able to go back to your organisation and tell them what's really going on, what feedback and ideas there are, what problems there are, and trust that that feedback is going to be heard and acted on. Now, often this might also involve volunteers or clients becoming trustees and having that influence on the future direction of the charity. So if that is something you're interested in, organisations are always looking for talented new trustees with on-the-ground experience to join their board. So that is something that you can talk to your organisation about. But also we just want you to, if you ask them to out surveys and ask for feedback, please do engage with that, because that is your opportunity to speak up for yourself as a volunteer and also for the community or the beneficiaries that you are supporting. So the third theme is equity and inclusion. And we trust that as the kind of person that's chosen to volunteer, that you are someone that likes to make others feel safe and welcome. And we want to be making sure that that is happening for you as volunteers, as well as for the clients that you're supporting. So this is all about feeling that sense of belonging and community. And some voluntary roles, you might not really have that sense of community and making friends because your role is very much on your own. Perhaps you're a volunteer driver or doing some social media or admin from home where you don't get much interaction with others. And that might be something that you've chosen on purpose, but if it isn't, then we want to make sure that you still feel part of something, that you feel that sense of community and belonging. Because again, if you don't feel that, then it's likely that other volunteers don't either. And so we want to make sure that all volunteers feel that their needs are being met, that adaptations are made to make the roles suit them, which might mean working around disabilities and additional needs, but it's also about having flexibility. So if you have childcare responsibilities or other caring responsibilities or employment or other voluntary roles, that your voluntary role fits and works around those needs and is flexible to suit you. So our fourth theme is collaboration. And often volunteers are with more than one organisation. We call you serial volunteers. Or maybe you are also employed, or you're just generally part of the community and you have other connections. So you might be in a really great position for creating collaborations so that you can all be greater than the sum of your parts and make an even bigger impact. But we don't always realise how important that is. And in the voluntary sector, it can sometimes get a little bit competitive because charities are concerned that there's only so much funding or donations to go around. There's only so many people that want to volunteer. And so it can all be a bit secret and competitive, but if we collaborate, we can all work together, put on joint fundraising events, or have volunteers that do work across organisations. This video is an example of a collaboration because lots of different organisations spoke to me about wanting something like this and gave me ideas for what to include. So collaboration benefits all of us. So if you do have other connections that you think could work well with the organisation that you're volunteering for, please don't be scared to go and put them forward and have those conversations, because they could make a really big difference. So the next theme in the vision for volunteering is experimentation. And as volunteers, you come with a huge range of skills, experience, ideas, knowledge, and some really fantastic ideas, new perspectives. And in the voluntary sector, we can sometimes be pressured to always keep coming up with new ideas because funders love funding new things. They're not so keen on funding what's already tried and tested. So we feel like we have to keep reinventing the wheel, and it can be really frustrating. But what that means is that we are so keen to hear your new ideas because they could really help us to apply for new funding and do new projects. So please never be scared to come forward with your ideas, and especially if you can help to move them forward, even better. But also understand that not everything is going to fit in with the direction and the strategy of the charity. So please don't take it personally if they're not able to take them on. So this one isn't from the Vision for Volunteering. It's one that I've added myself because I think it's really important, and it's what most of the conversations I have in this role have been about. So this theme is balance and boundaries. And as the kind of person that's signed up to volunteer. I think it's safe to say that you're a kind, generous, compassionate, lovely person, but that can also mean that sometimes you can struggle with boundaries because you want to be able to help everyone and to make a difference, but sometimes you can end up doing too much of that and end up not doing the things that you need to do for yourself and potentially burning out and having to leave your role. And of course, that is not what we want at all. So your organisation will give you some boundaries. So that might be about the amount of time that you give, about how much personal information you want to share about your life or about your own address or phone number, about lone working, whether you go into people's homes, things like safeguarding. So they will have specific policies on these things. But it's really important that you set your own boundaries as well around the amount of time that you're going to give and also the things that you're happy to do. So you might have some really incredible skills that you've worked hard to learn. And you might have come to volunteering because you want to share those skills. But you also might have come to volunteering because you want to do something completely different, but then they keep asking you if you can do that thing because they know you've got that skill. So it's up to you to decide where your boundary is. Are you happy to do that work for them voluntarily? Would you like to be paid for it, or do you not want to do it at all because that's not why you're there? So it's really important to think about why you started volunteering in the first place and make sure that you're getting that thing. So if you came because you wanted to make friends or to build your confidence or to get more time outside, get more exercise, whatever reason you came to volunteering, it's really important that you keep reflecting on whether you are getting that thing or not. And if you're not, there's a really good conversation to be had with your volunteer coordinator about how you might be able to change your role. So we're coming to the end of this video now. I hope that you found it helpful. And I hope that the main message you're taking away from this is that volunteering should be enjoyable. You've come to volunteering to make new friends, learn new skills, build your confidence, give something back. And these are all how you're paid because you're not paid in money. So it's really important that you're getting those things. And if you're not, that you feel safe and comfortable speaking to your volunteer coordinator about any changes that could be made. Now, it's also about empowerment and stretching you a little bit out of your comfort zone. So sometimes that enjoyment might not happen in the moment. It might be about the fulfilment that you get after the voluntary experience because you have pushed yourself and tried something new, just like perhaps you're asking your clients to do. But I really hope that the main takeaway that you're taking from this is that your volunteer coordinator is there to support you. And it's sometimes down to you to go to them with your feedback, your ideas, your questions, and ask, because they are there to support you. And if you don't have that relationship with them, then you're not going to carry on volunteering. So that doesn't help anyone. So building that relationship with your volunteer coordinator is really important. You're not annoying them. It's really good for them to get to know you as well as possible. Thank you so much and good luck in your voluntary role.